What's good, Fit Friends? It's me, Migo D, and welcome back to the channel, Fit Friends. In this episode, I'll be teaching you guys how to make your very own Twix-flavored, high-protein ice candy treat. So let's go. Okay guys, here's the ingredients that we'll be using for this week's episode. First, peanut butter. We'll also be using an ice candy bag. We'll be also using a piping bag combo. Also, non-fat milk. You can use any kind of milk you want. Or if you really want a more low-calorie version, you can just use water as well. Salt, just a pinch. Instant oats, any flavor, but ideally just get the regular or plain flavored one so it doesn't disrupt the flavor that you're gonna be adding later on, which in this week's episode we'll be using Twix high protein powder. Alright guys, step 1, get your mixing bowl and put it in your weighing scale. So we need to measure each component since we need to track the macros later for the final product. Alright, so first get your oats. And for this recipe, I use 50 grams of oats. Alright, after measuring it at 50 grams, get your protein powder of choice. So for this episode, we'll be using Twix. It's gonna be good, but you can use any protein powder you want. I got this Twix protein powder for about 1,600 or 1,800, I believe. Next, when we're gonna add the protein powder, it depends on you if you want to add more protein in the final product. But for me, usually the standard is just doubling the amount of the oats with the protein powder. Cool? Make sure everything's incorporated. So I use just a spoon just to roughly mixing it together. So I'm mixing it now to make the hard mixing later much easier because it's gonna be much tougher to mix everything once the liquid is already integrated. Next thing you guys need to do, introduce the milk. So for the milk, by the way, I usually use around 50 ml to 80 ml. Alright guys, after that, we're just gonna use just a pinch of salt. When I first tried to use this recipe, it just had this very weird, very sweet taste, and adding like a pinch of salt will just even everything out. Okay, so after the salt, we're gonna use a peanut butter. So for my recipe, I use around 30 to 35 grams. So that's usually 2 servings or 2 tablespoons. So just so you guys know, the peanut butter's job in this recipe is to actually help bind everything together. Alright? Perfect. And we're basically just gonna integrate everything together until we get the right consistency. Alright guys, so once the batter is complete, just get your piping bag and put it in any container that you want to use. So we'll be doing this so that it's easier to transfer the batter in this plastic. So you just do it like this. Get your batter and just transfer it here in the piping bag. So next, we need to prep your ice candy bags. So just make sure they're there. Basically get your piping bag out of your container. Put the tip inside the ice candy bag. Right, after that, just take it out. This is basically your ice candy now. So the trick is we need to push it here in the bottom of the plastic. So what I do is I just spin it around actually. So after a couple of spins, it's supposed to be down there. Now it's just a matter of adjusting it and helping it go down much further. And basically that's it. Now you have to do is just tie it and put it in the freezer.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, so here is the final product. As you can see, classic ice candies. Twix flavored but high protein. So ideally guys, you should freeze this a bit longer, but we'll try it right now and see how it tastes like. Oh, by the way, so we'll put the nutrition facts of the ice candies here. And now let's taste it. Oh wow, are so good. I think I should have added a bit more milk, but you know what? It tastes good as it is already. So technically, guys, this is like a much more affordable version of a protein ice cream. At the same time, you can also customize it depending on which flavor that you want to do. You can get creative. You can probably use a vanilla whey, probably add more fruits, make it more tropical, make it more fun. It really depends on you on what kind of ice candy you want to make, and also what macro ratios are you gonna do. If you want more protein, add more whey. If you want less calories, probably subtract the peanut butter and not use the milk. Maybe add more water in that mix. Whatever it is that you can do. And that's it for this week's episode. If you like the video, why not give us a thumbs up? If you like this kind of content, why not subscribe and hit that bell so you're always updated whenever we upload a new video. If you guys have other comments or suggestions regarding future content or the content that you just saw today, comment below and let me know. And as always, it's me, Migo D, your fit friend, reminding you to always eat your protein. Till next time, bye!